It's very important. Just because you are giving does not mean that you are opening yourself to receive. However, what I figured out that I was actually doing.
This is The Deep Dive with Adam Roa.
Every time you give, someone receives. Karmically, it's balanced. Even when you give, you actually receive a pleasant feeling in your giving, generally. The giving and receiving are so inherently tethered. And I don't know if that's necessarily true. I'm not telling you it is or isn't. What I want you to take away from that is that what I did was say, okay, if I don't know how to receive more, if I don't actually understand how to receive more, why don't I give more? Why don't I start being more generous with my time and my money and my spirit? And trust that if giving is receiving, that the more that I give, that it's going to come back. And I started to explore this, and I started to do things. For example, while I was in this period, a friend posted on Facebook, not even a good friend, but just a friend posted on Facebook and said that her car had been broken into, and she had been had all of her stuff stolen, her journals and her computer and her surfboard and just like everything. And without saying anything to her, I sent her, I believe $333. Just sent it through Facebook, because I don't know if you know this, but you can send money through Facebook. I didn't even know that, but I sent it through Facebook. And I started doing little things like that. I started getting on the phone with people who needed support for free rather than needing to be paid for my time. I started doing more content online for free. And there's a caveat to this that I want to speak to, which is, and some of you might fall into this category, which is there's a lot of ways in which we can overgive and not allow ourselves to receive. Just because we are giving does not mean that we are actually opening ourselves to receive, okay? That's very important. Just because you are giving does not mean that you are opening yourself to receive. However, what I figured out that I was actually doing was I was letting go of my constriction around abundance. I was letting go of my death grip on money. Because at the time, that's really what it was based on, was money. And before that, every single dollar I had been spending, I was going, oh my God, can I spend this? I had that constricted energy around it. Every single time that I got on the phone with someone who I thought might be a client, I thought, okay, you got to do everything right to have this person be the client. And there was a general contraction in my energetic field. Just in general, I was in a space of contraction. And ultimately what this comes down to is that in order for you to receive more, you have to have space to receive it. You have to have energetic openings that the universe can say, oh, we can give you something there. Something can flow in there. And so when I started giving, the act of giving wasn't necessarily the thing that shifted it for me. It was the energetic shift of saying, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to just give in abundance and trust. And what that did was loosen me up. What that did was create space. All of the fear that had been in my body around running out of money, not having enough money, not being able to pay my rent, letting down my partner, what would my friends and family think? How stupid was it for us to overextend and move into a place we couldn't afford? What about my credit card debt? All of that fear, that contracted energy, created no space for the universe to actually provide abundance, because the universe is waiting to give you whatever you are a match to.